Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh, streaming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I am Patrick Jordan. I will be your host tonight. If it's your first time watching, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for welcoming us into your home or mobile devices. We are embarking on, we're close to a round number. Okay, this is episode 149 of the little streaming show that could or shouldn't. We started this show back when the shelter-in-place order came down back in March of last year. So we're in week 49. This is our hump day, week 49 and episode 149. So there you go. There's numbers and there's probably an anagram or something for you there. We have a fantastic show for you tonight. We have Hal B. Klein himself is here from Pittsburgh Magazine, an all-around amazing guy. He's going to talk to us about a specific kind of pizza and the origin story of that pizza. He's going to bring it out here right now. Not right now, but in a minute. He's going to bring it out here in 1 minute. We got a little bit of housekeeping to do before that. And then after Hal talks about that, he's actually launching a new segment on the show here that we're going to be having. He's actually on our pilot episode of a new segment on Alone Together Pittsburgh. Also, you know it's Thursday. You know what that means. Kate Romane is here for What Kate Ate. That's right, the special thing where Chef Kate Romane goes to different restaurants, gets takeout or delivery, brings it back to her house, fills her face, tells us all about it, how the process was, and where you can get some too. So that's What Kate Ate coming up soon. Now, before we start the show, every night I talk about this just because we wouldn't be doing this show if there wasn't a pandemic. The COVID new numbers in Allegheny County were 247 today with no new deaths reported. And that's good. All right, we're on our way down, but please just remember to keep on wearing your mask. Wear two if you can. There's variants coming on right there. It's still contagious. It's still with us. So pretty pleased with sugar on top. Wear a mask. Keep the social distancing. Keep washing your hands. I know it's cold outside. If you're going to keep their interactions outdoors at a distance. So you've heard it from other people. You don't need to hear it from me. Another thing, ticking below me right here is our Venmo. If you want to kick in a couple bucks to the show, we would greatly appreciate it. It is at togetherpgh.com. The money goes directly to support the artists involved with the show on any given night. So anything you can give, be it $1, $5, $10. If you give $500, you get to be a guest on the show. So that's what we got. One other thing, we have something coming up here tonight. It's a little online poll. It's the Lil Jag-Off. Brought to you by Engine House 25 Winery. If you go to eh25.com, you can find out all you need for a wide selection of wines that they make right there in Lawrenceville, right where Lawrenceville meets the Strip District in Doughboy Square. They've got 8 or 9 killer reds. They've got Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, and Rosé. And if you mention Alone Together Pittsburgh, you get $5 off per bottle. They're doing free delivery and they're doing curbside if you're into it. They got some beautiful swag as well. Go to eh25.com. You can find out all you need. It's also home to the Roberto Clemente Museum. And I think their tasting room has some weird, like random hours. If you go online, you can find out when you can pop in and pop out. So check them out. Thank them. Dave, tell them what the poll is tonight in the Lil Jag-Off.
Hey, Patrick, how are
Dave.
you hungry?
I'm starving.
I'm sorry, Patrick. I said, are you hungry?
Oh, I'm so hungry after the punch key last night. That was like a punch in my key. I'm ready. I'm hungry.
I can't hear you, Patrick. I said, are you hungry?
Dave, I cannot be any more hungry than I am right now. And if I yell any louder, it's going to peak my microphone and everyone's going to stop watching the show.
Patrick, I don't know if I believe you, but that's fine.
You're going to have to ride with it. Talk to me, Dave. What's going on tonight?
All right, tonight, folks, you know what happens? It's like in this time of year after the cold, then it's all about rebirth. When all the witches gather under the stones and hold hands united, and they rub eggs all over themselves, and the bunnies, they hop through the woods, and they're all excited. The bunnies, they grow excited, and together, they know that something big is coming. Is it spring? Is it rebirth time? When the earth flips over on its axis, and north becomes south, and south becomes north, and east is west, and everyone in the globe is finally finding peace within their family circle. And the QAnon people don their best helmets, and they return home for a new rebirth and rebirthening. It's a beautiful time filled with love and excitement and fish sandwiches. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, fish sandwiches we're talking about tonight. This is all about your favorite fish sandwich, that which you eat to bring yourself your own personal rebirth, rejoining unto the earth. from ashes to ashes and dust to dust. 'Cause we're all made of stars, and Moby is cool again.
All right, folks, there you have it. We know tomorrow's the first Friday in Lent because Ash Wednesday was yesterday. So that means fried fish sandwiches. It's non-denominational. You don't even have to be religious. Everybody around here just wants a fish sandwich on Fridays. So here we got a light selection of options for you. We have Grant's Bar. We have the Swissville Fire Department. We have your church of choice because everyone does like the Lenten fish fry at churches. And Armand's, the one that got away. They're not making the fish sandwiches at Armand's anymore because it ain't there. But that place is a special place in my heart. I grew up going to Grant's Bar. The Swissville Fire Department has one of the most fantastic fish sandwiches you're going to have. Churches do too. But Armand's had a killer fish sandwich. And when I lived in Bloomfield, they were really doing it. They had a secret door that you could come into the back that you didn't have to go through the bar to get to the window where the old lady in the hairnet would be there, like, and call you hun and just like make you a fresh fish sandwich. And there was like old tables that were from like an old Burger King there. It wasn't a restaurant, but it was part of the bar. Anyway, we can talk about this later. Get your votes on right there. Get that going. Get it in. Get it in you. So that's what it is. The fish fry is on for the in-show poll. Get your vote and tell your friends. And if you're listening to the podcast-only version of the show that comes out tomorrow, I am sorry. You don't get to vote, but you get to find out what happened. Also, we are also on Twitch right now. So if we do anything on the show that gets us flagged or shut down from Facebook, you can follow us on Twitch. It is Together PGH there as well, which is also our Venmo and our PayPal, just to bring that up one more time. And the podcast is the audio-only version. So there you go. I mean, I feel like I've said enough. I'm very excited about our guests tonight. I'm very excited about what we're going to be talking about. I'm very excited about the new segment that I'm going to find out what it's called and what the logo is. It's going to be a surprise to me right now. But I think we should get to it. Dave, Pete, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about before we get to our first guest tonight? Nothing? Good, Pete. I like that. Dave, are we ready to move? Bunny? Check the bunny. Is Bunny even there? Okay, so we have no Bunny Lebowski, which is the name of Pete's dog, on the bunny cam. But that's all good because we've got Hal B. Klein here coming on here tonight. So Dave, let me see what the new segment is going to be called and talk about it.
Are you ready for Deep Dive, Pittsburgh? Get ready for Pittsburgh stuff tonight. Pittsburgh Pizza with culinary adventurer Hal B. Klein.
Oh my gosh,
That's great. Wow.
it's good. It's good. All right, there it is. I like it.
There it is.
Wonderful graphics. I had no
Yeah.
clue what it was going to be. So we're going to take a deep dive with Hal B. Klein into the origin story, where it came from, where it's going, and where it's been with the pizza with cold cheese on it.
Yeah. So let me first correct you because I think this is a thing that people often say about the Ohio Valley style of pizza. They're like, oh, it's topped with cold cheese, but it's really topped with room temperature cheese, and I think that makes a difference.
Does it really though, Hal?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. We're gonna jump into the good stuff, and then we get back to the history.
Okay.
So I think I've been here for 10 years now, so this is not my pizza of my youth. And I admit that I also was someone that when I saw photos of this pizza, this style of pizza that you could find at DeCarlo's or Police Station Pizza or Osso's or D&G, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what is this? This is ridiculous and terrible. But then, because I do my job and I'm an intrepid reporter, I started going out and I was like, okay, this is actually amazing. So the room temperature cheese makes a difference. And here's why. Because when you get the pizza, it's served in a cardboard box. And you have to keep the box closed. And what I learned in my reporting is you could tell a good place because even if you just get like one or two cuts of it, it comes and it's like rubber banded together. Like they take the box and they fold it over, which is like they're telling you there's a rubber band on it. Keep this closed. And then that lets the room temperature pizza cheese start to melt a little bit into the pizza. So it sort of gently warms it. So as we know from just eating good cheese and cheese plates, cheese should be served at like room temperature, just slightly like above a little bit to get out the flavor. So you're getting this like really amazing sort of not melted, not raw cheese. And with the like really thick, thin grandma style crust that's like crispy and airy, and the tangy sauce that they use. And then some places like Police Station Pizza will put a little bit of provolone on top of it beforehand so you can see, and then it kind of melts in, and it is a delight. And that's why I somehow convinced Pittsburgh Magazine to put cold room temperature cheese pizza on the cover of the March issue.
And props to you, and just letting everyone know right now, pick up.
But see, look at that pizza. Like, that looks terrible.
That's not it.
It's a bad reputation.
That's not even pizza. I don't even see what that just.
Also, pepperoni. I love pepperoni, but pepperoni should not be room temperature. Okay. Pepperoni should be cooked on a pizza.
I'm with that. I am definitely with that. So this is good. And Robert Hurst came in and just said gum band. It's not a rubber band. It's a gum band.
Yeah.
I'm
really showing my coastal roots.
You're showing your roots. You're showing your roots. And Police Station Pizza, obviously, I kind of quasi grew up on that. That was like the delicacy of delicacies.
Oh, the best. Yeah,
and people would freak out about closing the lid. You know what I mean? There's a tribe that would not close the lid in the box.
Close the lid.
But they said because if they were going to transport it.
Oh.
Right? Like if they were going to eat it in the car, you could close the lid. But if they were going to take it home, they would leave it open. And then Police Station was the first pizza that I knew of that would sell the deconstructed pizza.
Yeah.
For you to take it home and with the instructions on how to cook it. So they would basically give you the to-go thing of your toppings, your cheeses, your this, and with the instructions on how to do it at home, with just like the shell. But anyway, I digress. So we've got this room temperature cheese pizza, not cold cheese pizza.
That's right.
Not raw cheese, a room temperature cheese.
A room temperature cheese.
Room temperature cheese. So what the origin story, where did this come from?
So this is like the thing about pizza overall is that I think we're so used to it being everywhere that we just assume it's this thing that was like everywhere all the time. But really, like until World War II, pizza was like a thing that happened in New York City and New Haven and Trenton and like sort of tendrilled like a little bit to Boston and places like that. But it was really where Italian bread bakers from like Naples and around there would like, while like the oven was too hot to put bread in, would throw some dough in with some cheese on it and make a thing. But then what happened is World War II happens. You have all these GIs that go over, they're serving in Italy. A lot of them are of Italian, like, you know, like their parents or their grandparents migrated from Italy. They see people lining up for this stuff there. And they're like, well, my mom makes this in her, you know, at home. Maybe I could sell it. And so like, that's how this all happened. So for our region, we go way back to like sort of the second phase of pizza, like not the original, but like Steubenville, Ohio gets in on this very early, 1945. Primo De Carlo comes back from Italy. His parents own a bakery in Steubenville. He's seen the pizza. He's like, man, maybe I can do this. And so they start serving it. So they're the originators of the Ohio Valley style pizza. Now,
so Steubenville, Ohio,
why the cheese?
Okay, so Steubenville, Ohio is not just Dean Martin's birthplace and a lot of prostitutes. It is literally the birthplace of the Ohio Valley style of pizza.
Ohio Valley style pizza. I think That's Amore might be the first popular song that also mentions pizza in it, but I wasn't able to confirm that firmly enough to put it in the story.
It would make so much sense. It would have tied. Yeah. It would have tied the whole thing back to.
Yeah, it brings it all home. But yeah, so it's so unknown at this time that when Primo and his brother Galdo open up a second location in Wheeling, so now today in 2021, there's two branches of DeCarlo's Pizza because the Galdo line has split at some point from the Primo line, and they're owned by different people, but it's very, pretty similar in style. But when it was there in 1949, the Wheeling Register had to describe what pizza was. Like it literally describes like pizza, and then it describes what a pizza might be. And then it says, some people compare it to the poor man's cheesecake, which I just thought was like amazing. But like no one really knows. Like I talked to a bunch of people, and there's like the sort of general kind of like accepted history is that the cheese was put on afterwards because the pans were so heavy and it took a long time to bake, and so you just throw the cheese on at the end so it wouldn't burn. Like that's like what they say.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting with like talking to like all these different pizza makers in like different places. As they've gone on to like the second and third generations, you're just like, how did this happen? They're like, I don't know, it's just the way we do it. And it doesn't seem to be in a like, I don't know, like, but they do know. It just seems to be like with like police station pizza. I was like, did they have any relationship with the DeCarlos? And it's the owner now is like, I honestly have no idea.
Unbelievable. All right, as we continue to dig into this deep dive, not to be confused with deep dish pizza. I mean, I'm getting pinged on my phone here. I think we might need to bring in our Alone Together Pittsburgh culinary expert. We have Kate Romane. We have Kate Romane here. She's coming on her segments next. I think maybe we can piggyback with her segment. What Kate Ate's coming up later on, but I think she might want to join us for a little bit and for some pizza talk. Hey, Kate.
Yeah.
Hey.
How's it going? All right. Just wanted to have you here with us while we were doing this. Okay, Donna said sex workers and not prostitutes. I am sorry,
correct,
Donna.
Donna.
When I was talking about
Thanks for the
Steubenville,
call out,
you are
babe.
absolutely
Donna.
correct. I'm sorry. It's just what Steubenville's known for. I got family there. I'm allowed to say what I want. So anyway, go on, Hal. Go on with this. Kate, what's your thought on this pizza before?
I never had the, I'm going to say cold or room temperature.
Room temperature.
Prior to moving to Pittsburgh. So I love it though. The Beto's, is that what it is? There's like one on one side of, is it Banksville and one on the other side? You know what I'm talking about? Going up to Mount Lebanon?
Yeah, I think there's just the one now.
I think there's just the one.
But so that was where the third DeCarlo's pizza ever was. That's closed now. There used to be one over there. And then some employees. So that one like actually like traces its origin to DeCarlo's. Like that was started by someone who worked for them.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to make a pizza chart like the L Word where everything is like, I might be like outing myself here, but not everybody has watched L Word. Like, so everything, all the origins
You're
of
gonna
pizza
out yourself
from the
on a lot of
DeCarlo's?
It's amazing. I mean, there's a pretty decent like there's a pretty decent like lineage from DeCarlo's and a little bit of a lineage from Police Station Pizza. And then there's just like all these other pizzas all over the place. I went down to Denora for a Mon Valley Red Top.
Okay.
Which I think is my favorite of all the Pittsburgh styles.
Explain that.
So the Mon Valley Red Top is at Anthony's Italiano, has it. Armand's, where Anthony DiDonato used to work in the 60s and was friends with the owner. And then the two of them in like sometime in the 80s. Again, this is like, you're like, tell me the story of this pizza you created. He's like, I just did a thing. Sometime in the 80s, they were like talking about Chicago and deep dish pizza. And then wanted to make a deep dish pizza, but then it sort of ended up making more of like what's like more of a stuffed pizza, which is like a subgenre of Chicago deep dish pizza, except they didn't have deep dish pans to make the pizza. So they just sort of like took an American gas oven crust, put some cheese on it, like a lot of cheese. You can even see it sort of in the picture there, like the layer of cheese if you look in the top right corner. Then stretched another crust, like thinner, on top of that, crimped it, put a little like hole in it like a pie, and then put the sauce on top of that. So it has this sort of like, I've been using this like metaphor, like it's kind of as if pizza called up lasagna and was like, you want to meet up, and lasagna got like almost a pizza's house, and that's where they met.
And they totally.
It's still a pizza for sure, but it has that layer. And then there's another
lasagna
place
totally swiped right. Because I'm telling you right now, because this is making me so friggin' hungry.
Yeah, and
Look at that.
I think, when you talk about pizza and, like we're in like sort of the peak of this like artisan pizza movement. It's great. Like I think pizza makers that care about fermentation, hydration, and dough, and where the flour comes from, all that's like beautiful and brilliant. I had Driftwood oven the other night. I was so very happy. But then you go to a place like Anthony's and like he's just using, kind of standard flour and stuff. But like the level of like care and artistry that he puts into it, and like his sort of like just body rhythm and like sense rhythm and memory from doing this for so long, is just like, it's really amazing. It's a thing. And it's just such good pizza to eat.
I love this. And if you're in Denora, it's just like, it's like breathing at this point.
You
It's
go
just-
to the
it's
Smog
just your-
Museum,
yeah, right.
have a little walk around. Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at these. I mean, these pictures here are fantastic, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I got to say, all these pizzas in the story are hard pizzas to photograph and hard pizzas to make look nice. And Laura Petrilla, who shot the photos for the story, made them look as beautiful as they taste, which is a very hard thing to do.
Laura Petrilla is a goddess.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
So she makes magic happen. Whatever she does, she actually. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. So how you in this article, you went to all these places to get the word from the horses.
Yeah, hard work, I suppose. Drove, I don't know how many miles around the region and had pizza, everywhere that I could find. That was sort of the prompt I gave myself was any kind of like idiosyncratic pizza. So pizzas that aren't, the typical American gas oven style. So all these places. Also went to Joyo's, which is like a whole thing unto itself. And Frank's Pizzeria, which is also in Ambridge.
I know Frank's.
Frank's is great. And that's another one that, just like tells the story of American pizza. Like his dad, Bobby Allo's dad, Frank, like bought a pizza oven from Maestro, which was one of the major pizza oven makers. And they were like, come to New York, we'll teach you how to make pizzas. They gave him pizza peels. It was like $600 for like the whole thing in the 1950s. And when he learned how to make pizza in the Bowery, they said, put the cheese on first because it'll keep the crust nice and crispy. And then put the sauce on above it. So that's why they put the sauce on top there.
So all right, let me ask you, like, Kate, you too. I mean, personally, where do you guys land in this? I know there's lots of local pizza shops that put the cheese first, then the sauce and toppings after, and let it all kind of like blend in together. Mm-hmm. Where do you fall on that? Taste wise, not like this is what everybody should have, but where do you fall taste wise on that?
I think it's a better second day pizza. I think day of pizza, like the cheese on top, but like Frank's pizza of all the pizzas I got, like reheated the best.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah,
Kate,
it was great.
Kate, what do you think?
It depends on the amount of cheese and if there's a topping. I like a pepperoni if it's on top. I'm like a top pepperoni kind of girl.
I thought that about you. I heard that about you. So that's good stuff. I literally I love all pizza. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I love Chicago deep dish. I love everything. I love every kind of pizza. And I love everything you're talking about. So it's hard to like choose like a favorite. I mean, I had Aiello's the other day, and I was just in heaven. I was just really happy. I went to bed like thrilled. And it's like an old but like yeah, I don't know, like, because what's that? Pizzeria Davide does the deconstructed kits for takeout, and my daughter loves making the pizza and stuff, so it takes the work out of it for me. It's all there. We just kind of smash it together, and they have the cheese first, on the thing, and then the sauce on top, which I didn't know, and I've had pizza there before, and I didn't realize that was their style, or maybe that's just their take home style.
It could be, yeah. So
Go ahead.
I'm a big fan of the grandma style too, which is a tray pizza that kind of has like the ribbons. Like Badamo's is a good place to get it in Pittsburgh. That gets like the ribbons of sauce that are on top. So like some of it's cheese on top, some of it's sauce on top, and then you get the all worlds.
That's what it was.
Nice.
Like my grandmother, literally, that was the pizza. She would take whatever. I mean, the toppings would be what she had sitting around, peppers or whatever. But that was what the pizza was. That's how it looked. Kate, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just agreeing that about the sauce on top. A little bit is good. Yeah, but damn most though.
But I'm so glad that you got the cover story here with this, Hal, because this is something that I've been talking about for a very long time. There are still people in Pittsburgh that know nothing of the room temperature cheese on top. Like literally, like you mention it, and people are like, "What? Like, what are you talking about? Like this is the freakiest place you've ever seen. You know, it's on Banksville. The cheese is cold or room temperature. Who knows? But I mean,
Yeah, no, it gets, it's a pizza that gets a bad rap because it's often, photographed so poorly, or it's just, and also just like it's culturally, it's like we've come to expect pizza to be a certain thing. I mean, I grew up in New York, so it's like my pizza Puritanism is as much as anyone's. I was like New York slice, like floppy and delicious, like that's it. And it's still like the pizza in my soul, but there are so many other types of pizza out there that are worthwhile.
Absolutely. Brad Stevenson just chimed in. Brad Stevenson and I did 2 food tours 9 years ago.
I remember those.
So we did the burger tour and then we
Yeah.
did the pizza tour. So it's funny that Brad just chimed in for the first time here right now, because it just came up in like Facebook memories like 2 days ago. And all it was just like all the pizza places we went to because we posted each place, not realizing that it would come back to haunt us all. We went to 13 places in one day. That was it. Back in the day, it was pizza. We did a slice at each place. It wasn't as bad as the burger thing where we it turned into like man versus food. Brad still can't breathe. He did start to cry when we did the burger thing, but not so much on the pizza. He was doing well with pizza. But anyway, sorry. Back to this.
So I have a question. So are you going to continue this pizza research? This is just the beginning, right? Like you're gonna keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I think, the more I did this, the more I was like, oh man, there's a book in here somewhere. Pittsburgh can't be the only city that has amazing regional styles. And I'm sure there are even places here that, even though I thought I was very thorough about it, that I still haven't gone to. So yeah, also, the thing I learned the most in this story is, because I used to tell people like, oh, I could eat pizza every day. And it's like, but like, it turns out I can. Like people are like, oh, you must be sick of pizza now. And I was like, not at all.
No, you're crazy.
Not at all. Yeah, love it.
Now,
Great.
Now, how long did it take you to compile this thing, Hal?
I probably was eating around for like a month. And then this was, it's interesting with writing because there are some stories that take a long time to structure and a lot of time to get right and find what the rhythm of the story is. And this one, it took a while. Obviously, like I went through a lot of drafts and spent a lot of time on word choice and stuff. But the shape of it, I just like sat down and I was like, I know exactly what I want to say. And then it just took a while to kind of draft it.
What's amazing about this for me is at this stage in life, and I've grown up here and I've been here my whole life with a couple of detours. But you think it's all been done, right? And then you just kind of like the stuff we take for granted. And this, I think everybody just kind of took for granted. Yeah. And you just basically shined a light, kind of like when you did with the Devonshire. But you just, you shined a light on something that's like, it's been hiding in plain sight for so long, but people still have so many questions about it.
Yeah.
So this is good stuff, Hal.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I think it's helpful to just like have like a little bit of like outside perspective, but also respect for place at the same time. Absolutely. And like that's how these stories happen.
Well, this is good. I mean, if you guys want to take a deeper dive at home, pick up a Pittsburgh magazine, or you can go online and read this article in its entirety. You can see some fantastic photos, and you can find some fantastic stories that come along with this. Not just the origins of where this thing was born. This is a great article. Hal, thanks so much, man.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Would you mind hanging out for a little bit?
I've got to run in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool, man. Well, we're gonna cap you here then, and everybody at home, how do you think of this pilot episode of this new segment that we started here? Maybe it's called Deep Dive into Pittsburgh Stuff. So that's right. Tonight was Pittsburgh Pizza. Hopefully, we can have Hal back a million times to keep on going over this stuff. Hal, I can talk to you all night, man, but I know you got to run. Thank you so much. Everybody pick up Pittsburgh Magazine. Do you want to leave us with anything, Hal?
Just go eat more pizza.
Go eat more pizza.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. Thank you so much. Hal B. Klein,
Thanks.
everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Okay, Christian Manders actually sent us a poem in the meantime here. That we can link to here. It is a poem in response to a rumor that the oldest whorehouse in Wheeling, West Virginia, has been condemned, and I think it gets to because of my slip of the tongue, so to speak. So get that going there. Thank you, Christian, for sending that. We will check that out. But right now, you know who's coming up next. You just saw her talking. Before we bring her out, I want to give a shout out to Farm to Table Pittsburgh, farmtotablepa.com. They're a sponsor of the show tonight. Keep it real, keep it local. That's how you buy fresh. Go to farmtotablepa.com if you want to find out anything from farmers markets to CSAs to where to get your local food. Get it homegrown. Go to Farm to Table. And every Wednesday night, we have a live segment on the show where we bring on either Aaron Hart from Farm to Table or different farms. Next week, we have the Marketplace at Emerald Valley is going to be here again to talk about what they've got going on. If you want to watch last night's show, amazing guest talking about the Doug's Seed Shacks that are going to be going up around town, but he's also a wealth of information for all things farm. Check them out. But now, it being Thursday, it is time to find out what Kate ate. Chef Kate Romane, who you already met tonight, she goes to different takeout places and delivery places all week long and comes back and tells us about it. In the time of COVID, we need to support takeout more than ever, and she shines a light upon it. And here she is, who you've already seen. It's Kate Romane.
Still here.
Hey, there you are. Flippin-tastic. So, Kate Romane, what are you sipping on tonight? I meant to ask you before.
You know, I was gonna get a beer, and then I went and I forgot I have some Remy wine. Can I do this right?
Yeah, you can do Remy wine. Turn it clockwise. There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Can you
Remy
see that?
wine. We love Remy wines.
Yeah. Just
That's
got
good.
this in the mail. You can order directly from RemyWines.com. I got the Three Wives. It's delicious.
The Three Wives. I've had that wine. It is very good.
It's really good.
I am drinking a Sauv Blanc from Engine House 25
Also very good.
right now. So
Very
we have two of my favorite wines together. Hey, Pete, what are you sipping on, Pete? Are you still drinking that kombucha in a can stuff that you were drinking before?
Hop tea.
Hop tea? You having hop tea?
Living hop tea.
All right. Well, good
You
for
are.
you. Good.
I think
Good
we got to
job.
put a stop to this tonight.
I agree.
I don't know. I'm like on the fence. I want to have a beer so bad, but then at the same time,
It's going to be delicious. You have it cold. I went to get a beer just in your honor, and it was warm, and I was like, I can't do this. Can't do
All
the
right.
warm beer in front of Pete.
So, Christian,
little bit.
at the end of the show tonight, I might read this poem, this famous poem about Steubenville hookers. Melissa Martin, yes, Kate Romane is the queen, but what do you mean do one on eggs? You're going to have to explain that. But anyway, moving back. So Pete has not had a full drink in 4 months.
almost. Yeah.
I just realized I was peer pressuring you, Pete, and that was wrong.
Pete, do you want to wait till tomorrow for our 150th episode, and then it'll be your 4th month as well?
I don't know. We'll see.
Wow.
We'll see how I feel at the end. I mean, I have one like locked and loaded. Like if I want it, it's like at my like.
It's going to be like room temperature, like the cheese in Hal's Pizza story. Room temperature cheese. Wouldn't the cheese go bad? I have so many questions for Hal.
I know. I
just-
wanted to get deep. I want to know more about the individuals that are cooking. Like they like die hard. Like you can't cook that cheese kind of guys. Or are they like
I think there is something between the, like Patrick, you were saying, like leave the lid open because they wanted to preserve the cold cheese, and then the people that were like, this will bring the
Yeah, I
cheese
like
to
it
the
cold.
proper temp.
I don't like it
cold,
wilted.
but cold. Pizza.
See, where were you guys when Hal was here?
Your
I'm
show,
just kidding.
baby.
I'm just kidding.
Hal wants to get deep with the pizza too.
Hal does
He
want
was
to. Hal
going.
is good. Hal is he is good. I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't talk about critics and whatnot.
you got away with words, Patrick?
He's good at what he does. I'm serious. No, I'm just like I think that his dive in, like his Turkey Devonshire, that thing, like those kinds of things. I mean, every issue of Pittsburgh Magazine that puts something fantastic out. But like This one like really was for like, it was almost like he wrote it for like me. It was like a page turner.
I think
So
we did the
anyway.
right thing in building just building on his back, like his sweat, his blood, and then we just jump on top and leapfrog over it. You know what I mean? I think we're doing the right thing.
Without knowing, Hal was the pilot episode for our new segment in the future of Alone Together Pittsburgh. So grocery store eggs are awful. Eggs. Okay, Melissa, but what am I going to do? What am I going to do, a deep dive? You just did it for me. Grocery store eggs are bad. Eggs from the farm are great.
What's that Paul Newman movie? We could just have you eat a bunch of hard-boiled eggs. That would be cool.
Overfull? I would do that.
Overfull.
Overfull. I guess you're right. Overfull. I don't know what Melissa's
Like
probably
ovum.
getting dirty with that. I get that. So anyway, Kate Romane, you how many spots did you go to this week?
I think just 3. I did have
Just
pizza.
3?
Though.
You did have
Yeah.
pizza. Okay. So in whatever order, get it to us. Kate, tell us.
I think since we're talking about pizza,
Segue.
I did pizza. I did, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, Bitter Ends was doing a mashup for Valentine's Day with Dinner Bell over the weekend.
Wow. So good.
And I know I've done Bitter Ends before, but it was too good. Becca rarely does pizza anymore. It was a special night, and there was a pizza just for me. It was great. And jalapeno poppers, which I didn't get a picture of, but oh my God, they're so good. And they were hot, like spicy hot. But the pizza had some type of meat on it and olives. I think it was so good. I think there's a picture somewhere, but
It'll come up. It'll come up. Okay, so this is what they had. There was the picture. There was the meat. There was the type. It was so good.
so good. That's what I got.
That's what it was.
So
The pizza was amazing. What about the rest?
yeah, so I couldn't help it. I already got into it by the time I took the picture, obviously.
I see that.
Yeah. Becca's just doing a great job over there. She's getting stuff from Jodo. So there was some sprinkled radicchio on top. She has a little window that you pick everything up at, which makes it feel really safe. It was just easy. And, I haven't been over to Bloomfield in a while. That's wild.
Oh
They
shit!
went the street's like all purple. Have you guys been over there?
I have not really and I forgot to ask Hal about his favorite fish sandwich, but I think he would go with the Swiss Phil. Totally forgot. I got so into the pizza, the cheese, the in-show poll with the fish fry stuff starting tomorrow. Yeah, when you said Bloomfield, Armand's came up in my head.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I don't know. It's purple. Why is it purple?
I don't know. Someone was trying to explain to me, but all of the buildings are lit up like magenta.
Oh,
Dave, do you know about this?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, it was super wild. I was
I
like,
wish Hal was here. I'm sure Hal would know.
Yeah, so that was a little bizarre being over there. Also, I rarely leave my house at night when it's dark, so it was good. It was good to get out there.
There
So
it is. Bitter Ends Garden.
Bitter
Delicious.
Ends.
I used to go to like when that spot, now that it's like an amazing place, I used to go there like all the time when it was like just like that, like a crappy diner.
The sandwich shop or whatever.
Yeah, like even before,
Yeah.
before that, it was just like I would get eggs there, and like I would regret it every time, but I would go 3 times a week.
because it was like $1 for like a full breakfast.
It was like $1 for a
Yeah.
full breakfast with the hash browns, and it was literally like you could roll out of my bed if you could make it across Liberty. You would land in that place. It was right next to Tessero's there. But anyway.
Yeah,
But
it's
all right,
right
yeah, I
next-
love this place. I love what she did with it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And then she's also selling some prepackaged stuff down at Gina's little market, which I know Gina from the Strip. Patrick, you probably do too.
I do.
Yeah. Her market's doing great. If you get a chance, stop in there. There's some good stuff. So the other thing, I was also like, oh my God, I've been eating so much takeout food. I got juice from the Pittsburgh Juice Company.
Oh.
Because
All
I'm
right.
like, I'm starting to feel it. I'm eating a lot of cookies.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
know about my candy thing.
You're just coming down off of this. It's been like a 2-month thing, right? Because it was the
Yeah.
holidays into maybe 4-month thing, right? Because it goes back to like late October, and then the November
Pandemic.
rolls right into wow.
Yeah.
So you went to the
eating.
Pittsburgh Juice Company, isn't that right? That's Dave's neighbor, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I just went on their website to see what they're doing because I wasn't sure. They delivered these with flowers to my house with a note that said Happy Valentine's Day weekend. I mean, it was the nicest. All the
Okay,
juices.
is that because you're you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, how
Do they
many-
do delivery for everybody? I'm saying I know the
do
flowers
delivery
might be a
for
Valentine's Day.
everyone. You can select to be delivered, select the date you want it to be delivered. I mean, I don't think you can go on there and be like, bring me a juice right now.
Well, no,
But,
but you can. They deliver the juice.
They deliver
That's
the juice
amazing.
cover.
So
It was-
what flavors juices did you try?
So they had two. They had one.
It's a 3.
They have two little, like a 6-pack. And I can't remember. It was like try juice and then like all the varieties of juice. So one was 3 of their green juices, which is like cucumber and kale and something else. And it was so good. So you get 3 of those, and then they kind of have like a morning shake that was like cashew milk.
Ginger.
There was one with like, it was bright blue. It had like blue spirulina and Himalayan salt in it that
That's
you can
killer.
have in the morning and then
That's
one
a
at
great.
night.
That's a great
And the one-
mix.
And
right
the
there.
other with all the colors are just a total variety of all the juices, like their seasonal juices that they do. So you got carrot ginger, you got a turmeric lemonade, you got like a root vegetable one that was really, really good. And then one that was watermelon, which I don't know. I think Patrick, you could just that berry watermelon, you just add your tequila, call it a cocktail.
Done.
You're good to go.
Done. That's what I need right now. I would add tequila to every one of these.
Yeah.
And it would be great because I went through a juicing phase for a couple of years. I have a juicer. I was going to say I had a juicer. I have a juicer. Just haven't juiced really since Pepper was born because it just takes up time and space, right? But yeah, just hearing you talk about what the turmeric lemonade, anything with ginger, that berry watermelon would be like a dessert. I mean, that would be like an amazing thing right there. The root juice beets is my thing. I would do golden beets. That's fantastic. Kim Fox loves your dang face.
Oh, Kim Fox. I love her. I missed your face. Damn it.
And Melissa Martin says Manchego cheese is Mansueto cheese in her household. And it has nothing to do with eggs that we were talking about earlier. Just didn't want to let that slide. Dave Manchego, our man with the goatee in the booth. So that's it.
I had the Witch's Brew actually because I got the Harvey boxes, and the first Harvey box came last week, and they sent the Witch's Brew or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, last week, and I got the Witch's Brew from the juice company. It was delicious.
Yeah, it just also feels good to have some fresh juice in your body, right?
I love it. I want some right now.
Yeah,
We're not talking
like
tequila,
the
Patrick.
highlight.
We're talking juice.
I can have both.
You can. You
I
can.
can
I know
have both.
you like to mix and match.
I can have my juice and tequila too. Okay, I can have my cake. I don't need to take 4 months off.
Okay.
Zinger.
Yeah, I couldn't even keep a straight face for like 3 seconds after saying that. But Pete,
So-
good on you. But moving on, Kate, talk to me.
The other thing with the juices, I got 12 juices, right? And I didn't think that I would be able to do that in a week, and I did. I had some for breakfast, some at night. It was
2 a day.
2 a day.
One in the morning, one at night. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like a dream. I can't believe they deliver.
I know.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, because you have to drink them because it's all fresh stuff. You can't like keep it for like 2 weeks. It's not like it's not like there's like additives, preservatives, and like sulfites in there. But man, the presentation's amazing too.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. I felt like
Pittsburgh
Wow.
Juice Company. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be hitting them up tonight. So you went to 3 spots this week.
Yeah, so the other place I went to was Keen Lao, which is the old Bangkok balcony in Squirrel Hill.
It's not the Bangkok balcony anymore.
So the weird thing is you can still, on Grubhub, you can still order off the Bangkok balcony menu. And then you can also order the Keen Lao menu. I went to their website to just because I was interested in the Keen Lao menu and ordered from there. So I'm not sure. I mean, it is marked as Keen Lao. So I don't know what's going on with the Bangkok balcony, whether it's a slow transition or they're just offering this online menu for all of their customers that they've had for a long time. But anyway, the Keen Lao menu was really interesting. It's still Thai, but it's just, there's like some really interesting new things on there. Like I got it was salmon poached in a banana leaf.
What?
The kind came with sticky rice. Super, super good. And then these, if you can see it, those little collard greens, they were like, they're lettuce leaves or like a lettuce wrap, but they used a collard green, and it came with like lime, peanuts, a sauce, some jalapenos, some really tangy other sauce. It was dynamite. The spring rolls also were super fresh, super good. And we got.
I was going to ask her, were the collards cooked or were they raw?
Yeah, they were raw.
Interesting. How was that texture?
It worked. I mean, they used the ends of the collards. It wasn't as tough as I thought. I looked at it, I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be a thing, isn't it?" But it was actually that really tangy. Peanuts were in there.
Oh wow.
And dill. There was a lot of dill through the whole thing, which I was really surprised by. But it all worked. It was delicious. And then there was this other noodle dish that was similar to like a kimao, like a pad kimao, but it was just a little bit brighter. So it's an interesting menu. I would totally go there again. And everybody was
great.
Like,
And some
really
fresh rolls there.
So,
and this was takeout, not delivery.
yeah, but
delivery?
basically, this was I ended up getting it delivered because I was feeling like a lazy old lady.
Nothing wrong with that. That's the core of our audience.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the core of the town. Like everybody's kind of like staying home, right? Like,
yeah,
like we put it on every one of our messages on Instagram. It's like, stay home.
Stay home.
Right? Yeah.
It's also hard to leave. You know, if you've been out working. I mean, I go to my job and then I come home and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go.
What's going to happen, man, if this thing opens up again? I mean, I don't know if there's going to be like a definite, like, it's going to be weird. Like every movement out of house. I can't wait to go to like restaurants every night, but like, I'm just not right there. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to be there for a while.
A slow move in. I'm just afraid of my behavior when I'm able to go to a bar.
That's something
I
too.
just want to touch everybody. I'm gonna have to be like, oh my God.
I'm gonna be hugging strangers and getting punched and beaten up and arrested. I'm gonna feel like Snack. I'm gonna be like Snacks right there at the end of the night.
I feel like it's going to be like when the Steelers won the Super Bowl. Was it like 2005 or 2008 or whatever? People are just like hugging each other and like high-fiving everywhere.
But in reality, this is me walking into a restaurant or bar after the pandemic. Is that like? Well, there's that. But I make one funny little thing there because I was excited about something, and Dave makes me pay for it.
I love
All
it.
right, Dave, take it down. I want to see Snacks. I was working on a bit. Never mind, my bit is dead. But that's it. And as a reminder, when these things are happening, guys, when you're getting takeout, when you're getting delivery, be sure to tip. Because people that are working there aren't getting the thing. Super tip if you can. I know a lot of people didn't used to like to tip on takeout. I always did, but now I tip more on takeout because people are working on it right there. Roaring 20s, here we come from Sean Enright. Sean, you're ready for it, man. I've been following your you were training for the Roaring 20s. You were going to be the man. Like that is what's happening right now. You are the guy. So anyway, so that's it. So please be sure to tip and go to restaurants. Do what you got to do. Another thing, Kate, Allegheny Eats has something going on till midnight tonight, right? There's a call for action.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you're not getting takeout, there's other ways to support the industry. Allegheny Eats, obviously, is It's a program that's gotten started. Not only as a consumer can you go and buy meals through the Allegheny Eats site to get delivered to your house for babies, from Casa Brazil, from the Vandal, and of course from Black Radish Kitchen. But also, if you're an industry professional and you want one of these meals, they're part of this program is that you get one of these meals complimentary, made by one of these great restaurants. This is the menu that's available for you tonight. If you go online, order by midnight. This is going to be delivered to you tomorrow, I believe.
For restaurant professionals.
Yeah, for restaurant professionals. Again, if you just go through the website, make sure you follow that you are a restaurant professional. It will zero out your bill at the end of the night, and you can order any of these meals, which all look fantastic. Gnocchi with cheese fonduto. What? That was fantastic, man. So, yeah, don't be shy. I know it's like, as a professional, it's a really weird thing, but this is all about us and supporting the industry. Also, another thing you can do right now to support the industry is start signing up for the CSAs for our farmers. They're just starting to collect seeds, plan their farms, plan their plots this year. So check out your favorite farmers. I know the Tiny Seed just launched today, and not only do they have their summer season CSA, but they also have flower CSA that you can add on, which is fantastic.
Amazing.
So that's
Good
what I got.
stuff. All right. So, okay. So real quick, before we wrap tonight, fish fries. Okay. The fish fry season starts tomorrow. We've got a little in-show poll here tonight. And for you viewers watching, you're catching a preview, like just the tip of the Pittsburgh, instead of iceberg. You see, I'm going to explain that to you, of our next deep dive Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah. Because it's going to be about the origins and the way that the fried fish sandwich came to pass. That'll either be next week or the week after. So get ready for that. Right now, we're going to deep dive into, and that's what's happening there. But what's going on at the Radish? Anything, Kate? Or do you want to tell me about your favorite fish? We have 4 options. Dave, tell her what the options are. That's right. The number one, A is Grant's Bar. B, okay, the Swissville Fire Department. C, a church. Any church will do. And then D, Armand's, the one that got away.
I'm going Armand's because it's the one that got away, and I know that fish sandwich, and it's great. But when you first said it, I was going to say that I was like, what's the place in Swissville? I didn't even realize, yeah, it is a fire department. So my first choice, Armand's.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Armand's, and Armand's got another vote. Someone unvoted for Grant's Bar and then voted for Armand's while you were talking.
So I have a question though, to step back a second. What is Tiny Seeds Farm? Can you explain that? Because you mentioned it, but I don't think, I'm not familiar. So
Tiny Seed Farm is out in, I think it's technically Gibsonia. It's just off Route 8, past Hartwood Acres. It's Todd Wilson, who's wonderful. Anyway, it's his farm. It's out there. They're at the Bloomfield Market on Saturday mornings. Just beautiful stuff. And they also partner with us for our Belly Basket, which is our version of a CSA, where we partner with Casey Renee, Tiny Seed, Church View, and Wild Rice Bakery. And basically what they offer us, we put together and make you a bunch of food delivered to your house on Wednesdays. So anyway, Tiny Seed, he's making some delicious food out there.
Check it out. Maybe I'll get their CSA.
Food. Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
Fantastic.
I also, sorry to interrupt, Patrick, but I got the Black Radish collaboration with Allegheny Wine Mixer for Valentine's Day, which was delicious. The meatballs were good. The ravioli, I haven't had cheese in so long, but man, they were so good. I was worried how they would reheat, and then it reheated, and it was just it's cheesy deliciousness. So
how did that? So this was the debut of the vegetarian meatball new recipe.
They were good.
Yeah.
They were good. I liked them. They were really good. The consistency was good. It was I don't like when meat is too much, when fake meat products are too meat-like, Like the
Agreed.
Impossible Burger is still kind of weird to me.
Me too.
But I do like the veggie ball kind of like I don't even know what's in it, but it was delicious. So yeah, that was good. And then the salad dressing, that salad dressing was incredible too.
Oh, cool.
That
Good.
lemon vinaigrette, whatever.
I snoozed and losed on that. I'm not gonna name any names. I ate some bunky pizza. Still bummed. Hope you enjoyed those meatballs, Pete.
I did. They were really good. I ate like 5 of them, I think.
I don't know how the Allegheny wine mixer kept all that together. I mean,
There's a lot of moving parts.
there was a lot of moving parts. There was also like a lot of orders. We went as high as we could. It was 2 vans worth of food that we brought over. 2
Oh, wow.
full, just because all the little packaging of all this stuff.
Right.
So
The wine that they paired with it was really good too. I mean, I took a sip. I didn't actually like have a glass. My wife.
Are you just saying that
drank it.
so you can say that you haven't had a drink in 4 months? Is that what you're doing?
No. I literally, I poured like a shot and I sipped it and I didn't even finish the shot. But my wife drank it and she said that it was great. She really thought it was a really good pairing
If you're
together.
tasting
Yeah,
wine, you can also spit it out if you want to
I
taste.
could.
They do the spit taste. It's kind of
it was a
waste.
Chianti, right? It was. Jamie was really excited about it. I trust her with all the wine choices. She's amazing.
All right.
And they made it really easy. How was the only thing I didn't get to try though was the fucking cheesecake. How was that?
I didn't try the cheesecake either because I haven't had cheese in so long that I was like a little nervous after eating the ravioli. I was like, I don't know, like if I should do the cheesecake. Agnieszka ate it and she loved it. So everything Pie Bird makes is amazing though.
Yeah.
Their pecan pie is like my favorite thing though. It's so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they do a great job.
They're fantastic.
I don't know how they do it all with all those beautiful children running around. They're all like small. And like
Right.
I think they have like a dog and a rabbit. I mean, like what the fuck? Like how are they doing that? Anyway, the pies are
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Anyway, the pies are great, but the dog and the rabbit are not in the kitchen.
Yeah, no.
That we know
but,
of.
like, the little beautiful family, they're just like, I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what it's like at their house.
Well, awesome. So let me ask you guys a question. We got our first poetry suggestion from the comments. Should I read this poem?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
I believe it's about this happened earlier. We brought up Steubenville and Dean Martin and prostitution, and I guess Christian Manders sent this in here. It is in response to a rumor that the oldest whorehouse in Wheeling, West Virginia, has been condemned. I will grieve. This is by James Wright. I will grieve alone, as I strolled alone years ago down along the Ohio shore. I hid in the hobo jungle weeds upstream from the sewer main, pondering, gazing. I saw downriver at 23rd and Water Streets by the Vinegar Works. The doors open in early evening. Swinging their purses, the women poured down the long street to the river and into the river. I do not know how it was that they could drown every evening. That time near dawn, they did climb up on the other shore. Drying their wings? Maybe. For the river at Wheeling, West Virginia, has only 2 shores. The one in hell, the other in Bridgeport, Ohio. And nobody would commit suicide, only to find beyond death, Bridgeport, Ohio. There you are, folks. Poetry, culture, for you.
That
There
was
it is. Yeah,
amazing.
right, Pete. So you got that there. That's the first poem read on Alone Together, Pittsburgh. Wrapping things up, I want to thank everybody for being here. Remind you to tip your takeout, tip your servers, tip whatever you can on anything that you can. We are going to be back tomorrow night. Dave Bracey's going to be here talking about some local brews. Natalie Bensavenga is going to be here with 5 Minutes With. Do we know who Natalie's going to have on tomorrow, Dave?
Nope.
Okay,
We do.
good.
I got to look for it, but it's not going to
Okay,
happen.
do we have musical guests tomorrow?
Yes, we do. Midge Cricket will be playing sweet tunes for your ears. Get them ready. Tune them up. Let's go.
Very excited. Tomorrow we will have the one and only Midge Cricket to go along with Nat and Day. So please tune in for that.
Natalie has Dimmy from True Tea Pittsburgh.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. So
Another Bloomfield spot.
you're not going to want to miss it. So so get on that right away. Kate, do you have anything to add?
I'm good, Pat. I'm good.
Pete, anything?
I'm good, buddy.
Bunny, you got anything?
Bunny's long gone. She's
All right, Bunny's long gone. All right, well, it looks like that the Armands, the legend of Armands, lives on in our hearts. Because that will be there for a long time coming. Armands lives and defeats Grants Bar, the Swissville Fire Department, and the Church of Choice. Not our biggest vote total, but it's all good. Remind you guys, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, take care of each other, keep washing your hands, keep social distancing, and maybe check in on a friend you haven't talked to. You don't know what people are going through right now. So check in on them, maybe give a call, shoot a text. Meantime, thank you to Kate Romane. Check out Allegheny Eats and always Black Radish. Pete, maybe he'll have a beer tomorrow. Maybe he won't. Maybe Dave will have a goatee. Maybe he doesn't. And always thank you to our mascot, Snacks. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Thank you all for being here with us tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.